If you are looking for the fun of foosball in your house, but don't necessarily want that carnival look in your house, we have found the board for you. This showed up as a sample at our house right around Father's Day, and it has made the perfect addition to my husband's man cave. We're going to show you unboxing, putting it together from beginning to end, all of the features, and then in use and what we like about it. Honestly, sit yourself down, recognize that this is a truly heavy duty, well made board. So it's going to take you a little while to put it together. Organization is key. Getting everything out of the box and make sure you have all the parts is key. Um, and then it's really just like, okay, let's get this done. So your first steps are honestly just putting the 4 baseboards of the main section of this foosball table together. There's 4 screws at each corner, and this is the key part. You need to make sure those 4 corners are square and tight. If you do that, the rest of this is just going to flow, because then it's just putting in the field and kind of step by step just building that board so it's not going to budge. It's going to be level. You make sure you got all 4 feet on correctly and tight. And again, with feet that make it so you can adjust to, in case your floor is unlevel, to make the table level. Then you're going to flip it over. And this is kind of where the fun begins. There is a diagram in your directions that is going to show you the order to put the players on, how many on each row, which rods. Each rod has a certain number of holes because it holds a certain number of players. You want to make sure you are doing this correctly. So look at the diagram is all I can say to you. If the rod has a hole on it on one side, that's where the handle goes. If it doesn't have a hole on it, that's where just the little cap goes. So honestly, it's just following a diagram. If you can do that, you can put this table or this whole end section together, no problem. Toughest part is screwing the men onto the rods. Literally, I think that's the toughest thing in this, and it's just because the pieces are somewhat small. We found using the screwdriver was key, and we had kind of been scratching our head prior to that, but once we started using the screwdriver, it went bing, bang, boom, and they were all on. Then it's putting the caps and the handles on, your little scoreboard on each end, and then I think it's just one last step. Yep. And you are good to go after just putting where you're going to put the caps where you throw the ball into onto the field. And then you are done and you have a, when I say solid, I mean solid foosball table that is neutral in decor so it doesn't scream kids. And like I said, this one in my husband's man cave, it wasn't going in like a kid's room or even a game room. It's just a man cave, and it's a man cave that looks nice. And so I didn't want a board. It was crazy. The men are, I mean, everything down to the men themselves, or the players, I shouldn't say men, the players themselves all feel solid. The board is heavy wood. This is not a light table. The feet are substantial feet. The balls are substantial balls. Everything about this foosball table just feels quality, including with how seamlessly the rods go back and forth across. Like I said, this is not going to be put together in 5 minutes. I mean, the field itself is 27 by 47, but the time you take to put it together at the end of it, you literally go like, oh yeah, I get it now. I get why that needed to all be put together that way. And it's because it just, so we have 2 golden retrievers. They knock into it. This thing doesn't budge. Like, it just is fun, quality, super neutral decor. Love it.